Hello everybody, this is Paleoferrosaurus, and I was asked to make a making of video showing how I made film number 1 for this year's winter warm-up retro challenge. So I figure I'll take a look at the individual equipment and we'll give a little demonstration of how it all operates. Alright, the first piece of gear is a fairly stock Apple II Plus computer manufactured in 1979. It's equipped with a total of 64K memory. I did add a 16K language card just the other day. It also has a super serial card and a Disk 2 interface. Presently I'm either loading from DOS 3.3 floppy disks, or I'm using ADT to download disk images to the computer. That is connected to a Monitor 3, originally put out there for the Apple III computer, but a lot of them got sold for use with Apple IIs as well. I also have an Apple Color Composite just to give some idea of what my colors are looking like. Yes, there is a laptop hiding back there. I use that for transferring disk images to the Apple II. Currently it's not even turned on. Over on the video side of things, the big tape recorder you see here is an Ampex VPR80. This is a 1-inch broadcast grade videotape machine that uses either Fuji tape or 3M tape, 1-inch wide. It's, I guess, about 2.4 millimeters for you metric folks. Sitting below that is also an Ampex time-based corrector. It's a VPR40, and we'll get into the use of that in just a minute here. And finally, up top we have a QSI video sync and color bar generator, and on top of that a embarrassingly consumer grade special effects switcher that was made by Archer or Radio Shack in the 1980s, and it lets me do some fancy fades and wipes. And that's about it for the equipment. What I'm doing right now is actually creating a blank tape. I'm recording a synchronization track and laying down tone and bars. When I later insert video and audio for a completed tape, that will provide the synchronization base for all the individual segments. And we'll get into that in just a few minutes. Alright, Retro guys, some time has passed and we are very nearly done formatting our tape. We're not really formatting it per se, but we're laying down a sync track. This is a 90-minute tape. As you can see, our time code is rapidly approaching an hour and 30 minutes. And we're going to do a rewind here, and then we'll actually start worrying about some of our editing and activities here. Hopefully forgive me, this is kind of an old camcorder in keeping with the Retro Challenge, and sometimes has a little bit of a problem moving its zoom. Alright, we've exceeded our 1 hour 30 minutes. As you can see, we're down to a few turns of the tape on the supply reel. I'm going to go ahead and stop that. See, the tape has stopped, and we're going to do a high-speed rewind to the cue point. Let's take a look at the heads here and the tape wrap. This is an Omega wrap machine, which basically means that the tape is wrapped all the way around the drum. I think it's an Omega wrap. It may be called something different here. This is a C format machine. Again, uses 1-inch tape. And I think some of the bearings are starting to go on it, but it's working so far for my purposes at least. And I think we'll go ahead and cut here and come back when we're ready to record. Alright, we've reached our arbitrary 0 point, which practically speaking is about a minute in to the tape. As you can still see, we're still locked up pretty good there. There's a little bit of noise, but not too much. And the head is madly spinning, trying to burn a hole in our tape here, I would suppose. And the reels are stopped, so we're actually at frame 0 here. Sorry if my macro zoom isn't working very well, but here you can see that we're losing synchronization on the playback. The TBC is offline right now, but if we take it out of bypass, we can actually see how much work the TBC is doing to synchronize the video here. So this is without our time-based correction. And as soon as we switch that back in, maybe if I push the right button it would help. Okay. Let's try it again. Okay, there we are without the time-based corrector. And there we are with time-based correction. Okay, I'm sure this is old hat to all of the Retrochallenge people, but I'm just transmitting a program and some high-res images to the Apple II using Apple Disk Transfer. Not a whole lot to say here. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, we've transferred our programs. In this case, just a number of AppleSoft programs to draw some pretty pictures on the screen. And we'll execute a batch file that shows those in operation. We're also saving each of these high-res pages to a disk file so we can load them more quickly. As you can see, it's just doing some graphs. Nothing particularly exciting here. Once we have the bitmap images together, we're going to just start putting them together using the videotape recorder to insert those into the tape we just formatted. And hopefully we'll show you some graphics as produced on the Apple II Plus. So here we're recording some stabilized video from the Apple II directly onto the tape deck here. I seem to be having some problems with the Monitor 3. It's losing synchronization. And now I've got a error light on the tape transport. So something definitely went wrong there, but that's to be expected with older equipment. I can fix it all when I edit this out later.